Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you guys doing out there? This Mike coming through with a quick message, Soberheadz message of the day. How you guys doing out there on this Sunday? Um, Morning, I guess, about to go into the afternoon. Uh, been up since early this morning. Did the prayer meditation time. Went to the gym, got it in. Some. Now I'm about to go to the a brunch that we have with the brothers from our church today, and talk to them, chop it up with them. And I just wanted to come on to talk about the subject of today, the message of today. I wanted to talk about acceptance, something that I still deal with. I got better at it, but at times it's still a struggle. Acceptance of understanding that I have to be able to accept things of that nature. Whatever is going on, I have to be able to accept it. Um, I remember my first introduction to acceptance was being in rehab, and the place I was at, they said they do random drug tests. So you get tested at the facility when you go to clinical, and you can get tested when you come back to the residence. Well, they said it was supposed to be random, but for like 7 straight days, I was going back to the residence, and they kept testing me. So a lot of times when you're in rehab, you can get very frustrated. So I definitely was frustrated, and I was expressing my frustration to the people that kept testing me every day. I took it as they didn't trust me. They was trying to catch me using something or this or that, even though I knew I wasn't using anything. And I remember them. I would go in there and I would complain about why y'all keep testing me every day. Y'all said that this was random, but it's but it's but it's it can't be random because y'all keep testing me. So the guy kept telling me, read page 417, read page 417, go to page 417. I had no idea what page 417 was. So because I didn't read the big book yet. So after like the fourth time he told me this, fourth, fifth time, I finally went to page 417 and I opened it up and I read acceptance. And after reading that a few times over and over again, it started to make sense to me. So I'm gonna pull it up and read over it like I normally do. Then I'm gonna go back over it again and break it down. And it's only one paragraph. So I'll probably be on here for about 20 minutes, if that, probably 15 minutes. But we're gonna read about acceptance, then go over it. It says acceptance. And acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I am disturbed, it is because I find a person, place, thing, or situation, some face of my life unacceptable to me. And I can't find no serenity until I accept that person, place, or thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this time, at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Until I could accept my alcoholism, I could not stay sober. Unless I can accept life completely on life terms, I cannot be happy. I cannot, I need to meet, I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in me and my attitudes. Wow. There's a lot in there. So let's start from the beginning. It says, and acceptance is the answer to all my problems today. When I am disturbed, it is because I find a person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me. So anytime I get in an argument with somebody, anytime I'm upset about something, anytime I feel some kind of way, anytime something is going on and I get angry and I'm ready to blast off, it's not nothing wrong with the person, place, or thing. It's something wrong with me because I can't accept what's going on. And when I look back at my life, it was a lot of things that I was angry about that I couldn't accept. I couldn't accept uh, what was going on in my life when my wife got murdered, I couldn't accept that. I couldn't accept being a suspect. I couldn't accept people pointing at me. I couldn't accept the way the people at the school treated me. I couldn't accept none of this stuff, and it made me angry. And it all boils down to I couldn't control it. See, this whole thing is about acceptance. Is I will to want to control the situation. Since I can't control what people was thinking about, it made me upset. Since I couldn't control how the investigation was going, it made me upset. When I can't control something, it makes me upset. So that's my lack of acceptance. I can't accept how somebody is. So just think about it. When that person is saying something to you that's getting on your nerves, it's not that person's fault. They just being who they are. You just mad that you can't control what they're talking about or how they're talking to you or in the manner they're speaking to you in. So the lack of acceptance, our ability to accept a person, place, or thing is the real problem. It's not the other people. It's us. It's something inside us that's angry that we can't control what's going on in that situation. That's why it says, when I'm disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me. And I can find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation is being exactly the way that it's supposed to be at this moment. I remember my sponsor told me that. He was like, if you walking down the street and somebody come up to you and rob you, they ain't rob you because it was you. They robbed you because they was a thief. But we take everything personal and think that everything is about us. So we always want to control the situation. Like, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Maybe that person has some issues. Maybe that person got some stuff going on. If the person is not physically harming you or anything like that, then our lack of acceptance is what gets us mad. We can't accept if that girl that we thought we was in a relationship with goes out and cheats. So we go out and then we do something crazy and ruin our lives. We can't accept it because we wanted to control her behavior. Maybe she just was wilding out. Maybe she liked to wild out. Maybe you didn't take the time to get to know her and you would have known she liked to wild out. But you get angry because you can't accept it. We get angry when we can't accept what's going on around us. And then we lash out. But it all comes back to us, our inability to accept the person, place, or thing for how it is at that moment. You at work and the job getting on your nerves. Next thing you know, you wilding out, you cursing off the supervisor, you cursing out the boss. Now you got to go home and explain to your wife that you ain't got no money no more because you couldn't accept what was going on at that time. You couldn't accept it. You couldn't accept that the boss was coming at you some kind of way. And when you're dealing with this spiritual world, ain't no telling. If you lack acceptance, you're going to get driven up the wall because it's so many things that go on around you spiritually that could take you off course. We can't control how nobody speak. We can't control how nobody act. We can't control how nobody look at us. We can't control any of that stuff. And we get upset because our lack of acceptance. Do I'm saying that you have to sit there and let people disrespect you and do things of that nature? You can always remove yourself from a situation. You can always defend yourself if somebody trying to harm you in any way. But when you carry that anger, when you carry that grudge, when you let that affect you day after day after day, it's your lack of acceptance. Because that person is just being who they are. That man that kept cheating on you, he was just being who he is. So either you got to accept how he is or you got to get out of the situation. But you being angry, busting his windows, doing this, acting all crazy, trying to follow women, do all that crazy stuff, it's your lack of acceptance that's making you do that. Because that person is just being who they are. So anytime we're upset, it's not that other person's fault. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow because we want to believe that it's the other person's fault, but it's really not. It's our fault because we can't accept who that person is. Then it says, until It says, nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Until I can accept my alcoholism, I cannot stay sober. Unless I can accept life on life terms, I cannot be happy. All right, so it's basically letting you know that sometimes God's allowed these situations to happen because it might be a test for us. So this situation you running into that you said that, all right, God, please, you might have prayed and asked God to help you gain patience. He throw a couple situations in front of your face that make you practice acceptance. But now you can't practice the acceptance, so you get angry and you start fuming off. But you just ask God to help you get better patience. So he put a situation in front of you that will help you gain more patience. But you can't take that, so you start going crazy. But that's what you just asked him for. And it all boils down to your lack of acceptance. And this is what gets us in trouble a lot, our inability to accept what's going on around us, and we take it personal and we want to control it. We want to control what that person wear. We want to control where they go. We want to control what they do. We want to control what they say. We want to control how they act. We want to control all that. And I had to learn that good, especially working with teenagers. When I first got there, I wanted to direct how they lived, what they did. I wanted them to change overnight. I wanted them to get to a certain point. And when you're working in recovery with adults or kids, that's hard because you got to accept that this is what it is. You got to really accept when that person tell you, I want to get high. As bad as you want to help them, you got to be able to accept that. You got to be able to accept when that person tell you, soon as I get home, I'm getting high. You got to be able to accept it. You got to be able to accept that when you talking to somebody that might be close to you, or family or friends, and you know they need help, and they tell you, get out my face, I ain't ready to do that yet. Got to be able to accept it. They not at their bottom yet. And you got to be able to pray that one day they get to their bottom. But you have to be able to accept it, because when we don't accept things, it gets us upset. It get our blood pressure all crazy. We get angry, and you see people out here now losing their life, their freedom, going to jail forever, or killing somebody else, all because their lack of acceptance. I just saw a story the other day when this guy was cheating on his wife, and he was at the side lady house. I think it was in Tennessee. The wife came over there, approached the lady door. They arguing through the door. The lady takes out a gun, shoots at the wife through the door. Accepting the wife, accepting this what this man want to do. I'm leaving him. I'm just gonna go file for divorce. She tried to get in the house, and the side chick ends up killing her. This was in Tennessee. Now she's gone. They had 3 kids. They got to mourn. The husband, he probably feel crazy right now. So much guilt and everything running through him. And all because, like, at some point when that other person doing what they doing, you just got to accept this what it is. The rage and our ability to want to control the situation takes us to a place that could put us in danger or put other people in danger. And then we sitting in jail. And if that person that committed the act is not dead, they're out there doing the same thing because that's who they are. Our lack of acceptance. We read some more. It says, I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in me and my attitudes. So I can't keep going around saying, this is wrong, I hate this, I hate that, blah, blah, blah. I need to change my thought process and how I'm feeling about this and what I'm dealing with when I'm dealing with this. I need to change my thoughts about this whole situation because I can't accept what's going on. So it's something wrong with me. These people are not going to change. So it's not their problem. It's what's going on inside me and my attitude towards everything that's going on. That's why you have to worry about what's going on in you and your household. You try to pass the message. Now, when I go out, I talk to a person twice. I give you the information, let you know who the Most High is, give you the information on how you could get to him, give you the information on our church. I do all that in the first session. The second session, I see you. I ask you, did you look that stuff up? What do you feel about it? If you tell me I'm good, that's it. I did my job. I planted my seed. It's up to the Most High to water it. That's acceptance. But it took me a while to get there. I couldn't accept that people didn't want to move how I was moving. I couldn't accept none of that. Then I had to understand I can't control what people got going on. Only thing I could do is give them the information and go. This whole thing is about acceptance, man. Can we accept what's going on around us without being disturbed? So please understand that anytime you're mad, you're fuming, you're doing this and doing that, I want you to ask yourself, what am I trying to control? What am I trying to control? And then do a survey over the whole situation, and then you'll understand that you can't control it. And then that anxiety and that anger will start to subside, and then you'll get better and better at it. It's called practicing acceptance. We can't do it. We can't drive ourselves crazy trying to control something we can't control. And it all comes from the lack of acceptance. So I'm going to read through this one time, and then I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Let's start from the top. It says, and acceptance is the answer to all my problems. I'm going to share it on the screen. And acceptance is the answer to all my problems. When I'm disturbed, it is because I find some person, place, thing, or situation, some fact of my life unacceptable to me. And I can't find no serenity until I accept that person, place, thing, or situation as being exactly the way it's supposed to be at this moment. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens in God's world by mistake. Until I could accept my alcoholism, I could not stay sober. Unless I accept life completely on life terms, I cannot be happy. I need to concentrate not so much on what needs to be changed in the world as on what needs to be changed in me and my attitudes. It's all about acceptance, people. You got to be able to accept what's going on. You always have a choice where you can move on or leave or things of that situation, but you always got to be able to accept what's going on, because lack of acceptance can lead to a lot of dangerous situations and could lead to a lot of regrets. Don't let that lack of acceptance have you making an emotional decision, a temporary decision that can have a permanent result. Don't go down that road. This Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.